Feminine drinks reduce male vim and vigor and encourage the production of black bile in the body, which makes one melancholic and, I believe, less virile too. Elliot, I do not have to know about your virility, I am just your bartender, please. And off she goes. So now we have to continue. I'm only left with men, I don't know what to do about that, but let's ask this guy, does he smoke? Although he'll probably say, my mum does not. Bartender, we meet again. Let's show him this lighter. A lighter? Goddess. I'm not sure what this has to do with me. Are you a smoker, Killian? Killian looks uncomfortable, as if recalling an unpleasant memory. Absolutely not. The son of a doctor knows better than to engage in such unhealthy habits. Despite his words, Killian twitches nervously, and he has his tongue out. Definitely not suspicious. Well then, let's get his lips moving, right? What did he like? The mint punch. If I get him more drunk, then he would give me more information. Well, I'd have to risk it. It's either the wake-up call or the pirate's joy. They're both 4%. Well, I guess the pirate's joy it is, because why not? I could get used to this. Okay, he likes that. Good. Now, oh, I need his affection to be higher. You see the heart? Well, let's ask about his drinking then. You wrinkle your nose every time you take a sip. Ha, you're right. I don't enjoy this. The drinks are well enough made, but I simply can't become accustomed to the taste. I must persevere. You don't have to, you know. I started going to the bars to be around Alina and Wendy. With a killer going on the loose, I'd like to keep an eye on them. Oh, that's nice of him. Very gallant. I've had my eye on Alina for a bit. We've gone on a few dates. I think she really likes me, but she has a guard dog. Maria's hackles are up, and she has fangs. Well, Maria is blonde. Or is Alina blonde? No, Alina is blonde. Would this guy kill blondes because he wants a blonde? That doesn't make sense. So maybe he's not a killer. In fact, I was thinking of paying for Maria to attend a distant chess tournament just to have more time with Alina alone, if you know what I mean. Perhaps take her to Mary Auberge for steak roulade. Mind keeping that to yourself? Your plan is safe with me. Good. It's stressful though, trying to keep my intentions secret. I'm only here in pursuit of the object of my affection, and this constant boozing is worrying my mum a great deal. I usually wouldn't listen to her, but she holds great sway over my disposable income. Yes, necessity. Well, maybe he's scared. Is he scared for Alina? Seeing as she's blonde? Let's ask him about it. Blondes? I love blondes. Another reason this killer must be stopped. See? I told you he's not a killer. And what about the syringe? His parents are doctors. Maybe he has access to poison. Hey now, that syringe looks familiar. It does? Of course, my mum is a medical professional, so we have some of these lying around her surgery. She even has some at her home practice, behind lock and key, obviously. You should ask Alina about this stuff if you haven't already. She used to briefly work for my mother, and actually used them. So my thought of the blonde getting rid of other blondes seems to be gaining momentum. She did? Yes, it's how we got initially acquainted, you see. She was always a bright thing, but back then, she was just a nurse. Now that she's come into elf, she has really blossomed. Anyway, unlike me, she carried a key and actually had access to the cabinet where these things are stored. Naturally, she returned it after resigning, but my mother decided to change the locks nevertheless. Safe, and seems to protect Alina then. I will keep that in mind. Well, let's tell Hugo about these new discoveries. Let's tell him about Alina, maybe he knows something. Interesting. So one of the suspects has seen and used syringes while working as a nurse. Considering what her murder weapon is, that's very interesting indeed. I expected more. Okay, goodbye Hugo, go away. Instead, I'll talk with my landlord. Is he happy with my performance? Good evening, I wouldn't mind a sip of something after a long day of reading. Evening, Mr. Floor. They say conversation is a dying art, let's prove them wrong. Let's ask him what drinks he likes. Something classy with red wine served over ice, though feel free to experiment if inspiration strikes. And a lemon. I love sucking on the lemon afterwards. Okay, lemon and wine will do just fine. Now the problem is I have nothing with wine and everybody keeps asking for wine, and I don't understand why. Evening prayer has... Evening prayer is white wine and lemon slice. Ah, that's what I was meant to give to the other guy, the guy in pink. Delectable, good job. Wait, so my landlord is not a suspect, right? Right. So what's the point of asking him? Well, maybe he knows something. What do you know about Natalia Reed? Vincent looks down when you mention her name. He licks his lips, considering his next words carefully. I've been thinking back to when we met, briefly, at my accountant's office. She was smart, charming, and she knew when to drop that stiff bookery formality and be a little more laid back with her clients. I know she liked to drink. My accountant complained that she turned up worse for wear once or twice, so I imagine temperance was an issue. It was also no secret to my accountant that Natalia struggled financially due to her stubborn gambling addiction. How she managed to finance it is a mystery. I suppose it makes sense that she'd frequent speakeasies after Prohibition. So, it really is a killer on the loose then. Apparently. Gassed. I hope our customers tread lightly. Me too. What about Killian? Do you have any opinions about our son of doctors? He's a boy in a man costume. Petty and unkind. I'm against cuffing a child around the ear, but if his mother had lifted a hand now and then, he might have grown up to be a decent human. His family name is a good one, which is why his bad behavior is a shock. Vandalism, theft, scuffles, also unnecessary when his family has just run into money. Oh, he has a dark side. Maybe he killed some blondes that rejected him. Let's agree with him and get some points on his affection. My landlord taps the board, annoyance. Typical of the nouveau riche. They can buy everything but class. That goes especially for Killian. Anything he can't obtain through money, he will attempt to obtain using less savory means. The boy doesn't understand the concept of the word no. Oh, so now we're learning. Let's ask about the doctor father then. Or the mother. Killian's mother, yes. I met her a few times. Wonderful doctor, though she could improve as a parent. It baffles me how such a brilliant mind could birth something with a complete lack of thinking whatsoever. And what do you know, Vincent? Are you a reliable witness to reality? Tell me about yourself. Haven't I rambled enough already? No, I want to find out. I'm 56 years old, so I was around when all the money started flowing in Tsara. I was born in a little town that was swallowed up by the expanding city borders last year. But I feel like I'm babbling on now. What else do you want to know? Family? Me and Flora never managed children, and now it's too late. But perhaps we can talk on this more when we know each other a little better. Ah, that's sad. You can have children. I'm here if you want to talk. Look at the time. I simply cannot linger any longer. I've slept on the chaise longue upstairs before, and my back did not thank me. He doesn't want to talk about his family. And the final man is Harry Potter. Elliot sits down with a cigarette, in his mouth, and pulls a box of matches from his bottom pocket. We discourage smoking. These are menthol, and they make your breath smell good. If you must, I must. What do you need from me? Can I find out what drink he likes, so I can get more action with him? A well-made one. Do I need to be more specific? I'd appreciate it. Yes, well, I suppose that's reasonable. You cannot expect a bartender to produce quality drinks without suitable direction. Exactly. Something minty with soda. I like to feel fresh and awake after a drink. Alcohol doesn't make you sleepy. I have developed my constitution till it no longer inhibits my focus. Alcohol sharpens my senses. Really? Indeed. And a drink with a clean mouthfeel livens the senses, not to mention how much it encourages intimacy with the opposite sex. Fresh breath is essential. Just hold off on the fruit punch. Feminine drinks reduce male vim and vigor and encourage the production of black bile in the body, which makes one melancholic and, I believe, less virile too. Elliot, I do not have to know about your virility, I am just your bartender, please. Pouring vodka into fruit juice is a waste, like a sophisticated gentleman. I have really made a mistake asking about his preferences. It's a waste, like a sophisticated gentleman wasting his time on tittle-tattle with loose women and mannerless men. Some men are born for better things, and they deserve better drinks too. And I'm guessing he's one of them. So mint punch it is. Although it's weak, so I'm not going to listen him up. What about vodka with coffee? What will he think of that? Not bad. As long as the glass is clean, I won't complain. Right. So now he's a bit tipsy, which means we can ask him. What do you think of this lighter, huh? A lighter on the ground? People lose lighters all the time. What does this have to do with me? Don't you smoke? All my life. Well, since school anyway. Oh well then. I was trying to fit in with the popular lads. I needn't have bothered. I'm not sure I even enjoy it anymore. But what I really don't enjoy is the shaking of my hands when I can't find tobacco. Tobacco! And he said he only smokes menthol. What do you do for a living? I work for the arrondissement property registry. It's a very important position in the municipality, though often the plebeians treat me like a clerk rather than a senior individual with a great deal of power and influence. Yes. Arrondissement, I have no idea what that is. That's just an aside. Do you enjoy it? It pays my bills and gives me time to pursue other interests. What else is there to expect from a job? I make more than most people. That's for sure. Is money important to you? No, but I find it's a good indicator of value. Of what? Humans? People? Well, let's see. He talked with Natalia in the hotel. What did he talk about? I didn't know Natalia Reed. I have no idea who she is. Was. Elliot's brow is furrowed, and though he is clearly perturbed, you have difficulty reading his emotions. You can stop lying now. What makes you sure I'm lying? Someone saw you with her at the hotel. Elliot pauses for so long, you're not sure he heard you. Squinting, he examines the empty glass, like it holds the secrets of the universe. Well, right, yes, Natalia, I knew her, but again, barely. We met once or twice while we were drinking. I intimated I might find her attractive. To a degree, she made it very clear to everyone that my feelings were not reciprocated. So she embarrassed him. So that's another motive why he might have killed her. Why did you lie? Because it is an embarrassing experience and I don't like to relive it. You're a bartender. It should be none of your business. Are you going to serve me or are you done? Well, I guess I'm done, and my customer is unhappy. He's furious. Look at his face. Well, tell me about yourself. Let's finish on a high note. What benefit would we gain by sharing such details? I'm a customer and want nothing more from you than the drink. Do you have any hobbies? I collect stamps. I guess you didn't want to share after all. I inherited that collection from my father, and I am struggling to get rid of it. Stamps? Yes, the little square boxes you put on the... He thinks I'm a cretin. I do have a criminal background, but I'm not stupid. The little square boxes you put on letters? I'm trying to trade the rare ones to become independently wealthy, but it is going averagely. You don't want to keep them. I don't consider hobbies to be a very masculine pursuit. Men should aspire to spend their time on things of value, such as bettering society, exploring the natural world, mining precious metals, colonizing the subcontinent, constructing large towers. Do you do those things? No. Well then. I mean, men in general. Right. That will work tomorrow, so I'm going. See you. Okay, we interviewed everyone, so we can finish the day and see each other in the next episode.